Morning. How are you all doing? Sarah here. I was just oiling my drum this morning and I thought, I'll show you how it's done, how to care for your rawhide drum. They're very simple, really. They don't take much looking after. The one thing that I would suggest is that they're always kept dry. So my house is, because it's a stone cottage, the walls are really porous, so it does get damp from time to time. So if the fire's not lit, it's quite damp in here. So I tend to wrap up my drums, not all of them, because some are on the stairs, which is where the chimney goes up, so that's nice and dry. But if I've got my big drum here today, and I usually keep this wrapped up in a blanket just so it doesn't get really damp, because rawhide absorbs water really easily, and then it changes the tone of it. They sound like wet cardboard boxes after a while. Conversely, if you live in a centrally heated house, they tend to dry out really quickly, and you get a really high-pitched, tinny sound from them, which isn't great either. And it also stretches the skin so much that they can crack and break. You know, you can get holes and they get cracks along the points where the lacing's going through the holes. It tends to overstretch, and it can, cause damage. So once a year, maybe twice a year, depending on what sort of climate you live in, I give mine a coating. I say coating of coconut oil. And what I do is, you don't need very much, a bit like you would your own skin. So, I put a bit like that on my hands, let it melt by rubbing. I suggest you take your rings off at this point, because they can scratch the drum as well. So you just get it into a bit of an oil, and then you can rub it into your hands, because that all helps. So treat it like you would your own hands. And now I'm going to try and move the camera down, and now I've got really greasy hands, so bear with. Oops. Okay, so you can probably see Rafi as well. So I tend to go around all the edges first, especially if there are already any cracks forming. Give them a good rub. And you don't need much, and it's just a case of rubbing it in along the edges, down the lacing, on the wood. This is a buffalo hide drum, which is really nice. It's got a really good tone. And there are bits of, I didn't actually make this one. I bought this one. So, if it had been me, I might have cut off those long bits, and I can actually cut them off, but sometimes they reverberate, which is a little bit annoying. So anyway, you go all the way around your drum, and once you've done everything really well on the edges, you then go on and rub the oil all over the head of the drums. Now, I've already done this, so I'm not going to spend too much time doing it. You might need a bit more than you originally put on, but I find, one good dollop first time round is probably enough. You don't want to over oil them, because again, it'll soften the skin up, and it will change the tone of it, and it takes a little while for it to soak in, like it does in your hands. You have to work it a little bit. And if you've got a double-sided drum, don't forget to do the other side. And really, that's all there is to it. I mean, I've spent about 15 minutes, I suppose, doing this drum before I started the video. So it takes a little bit of time working on those knots, keep those supple, working on any tensions around the drum. And if you can see the hoop, give that a going over as well. And really, that's all there is to it. As I say, that sort of the most important thing with any rawhide drums is that they're kept in the right conditions. Really, if you can't leave them, like I have my healing shed out in the garden, which isn't insulated or heated at the moment. And if I left them out there, they would get very wet and very soggy and not easy to play after that. You'd then have to go through the rigmarole of drying them out. So really, yeah, that's it. And what a drum really likes more than anything else is to be played. So don't leave it hanging on your wall as decoration. Get it out and play it every day. Drum every day. Call in your spirit helpers, your power animals. Because I find that if you don't play your drums for a long period of time, the spirit kind of leaves. You know, they're living beings. They have a spirit within them. So this one has the spirit of buffalo in it, and he's loves to be galloping across the plains. So I play him a lot. And actually, I'm playing this one a lot at the moment because, you know, we do have the year of the fire horse galloping in, and he does a really nice galloping sound. So that was it. A quick just reminder to look after your drums. Give them a bit of well, as I say, I use coconut oil, or you could use olive oil. I wouldn't use linseed on the hide. You can use linseed on the hoop, but just any natural oil really. Olive oil and coconut oil are the best, I think. Or you could use, you know, you can buy almond oil from the chemist in bottles that, you know, that's used for massage, and that, you know, something like that is pure and just no additives in it or what have you. So there you go. Have a lovely day. I'm going to finish doing my other drums while I'm here today, and I hope to see you all again soon.